Hi, I'm Janet, and welcome to the Riley Blake Virtual Market. I have two lines that I want to show you today. One of them, of course, is Halloween, and one Christmas. So we're going to start with the Halloween first, and it is Mad Masquerade. And here are our quilts and projects. So let's just take a look at the rest of this collection. I was inspired by this book that as a child I pored over the pictures. I just studied them and couldn't get enough. So of course they're very fond memories for me. And so I knew they were in public domain, so I wanted to get them to fabric. And I did tweak them a little bit to suit the fun fabric Halloween vibe. So for instance, I took a lot of the pictures. One of the panels is trade cards, which I have a lot of, also antique ephemera and trade cards I collect. And that's where a lot of the illustrations ended up just being digitally enhanced, I guess you'd say. So we have, in the collection, we have a main panel, as always, and it is Alice in the Chapter 2 Pool of Tears, where she is growing. And I always try to stick a little scripture in with my lines, and so that they are in there too. He will wipe away every tear. I thought was fitting for Pool of Tears, and the references. Then we have a card patch, and I just love these. So I made them into trade cards, which, if you're not familiar, it's just 100-year-old advertisements that they used to hand out. So I took the illustrations and then I took verbiage from my trade cards, and it's kind of like Old Maid when you saw all the different names sewing related. These are not sewing related, but they are related to whatever the picture is. And pulling that in with Halloween, they're very funny. They're very funny to get up close and see what they are. And of course, one or two have a scripture reference. You'll have to seek and find. So lots of great detail. I just love it. I put a lot into the detail. You know, that's what I like to do. And then we have also a large patch panel, pillow panel, which is 6. One of them is a little Halloween ball invitation. It was actually at Blake's Opera House, which I thought was fitting for Riley Blake. And so that's the main panel, or the patch panel. This is the repeating stripe, and I had so much fun. I probably was laughing out loud when I did put this together. I love Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I thought it would make a great border. But then when I stuck the Cheshire Cat on one of the guys, I just thought it was the funniest thing. I still do. I hope everybody else thinks it is. Also, and it does include a little bit of the poem that Tweedledee and Tweedledum recite in the book. So that's the border stripe. And then this is, I call it the Queen's Garden. What do we call it? Queen's Living Garden, that's right. And it's an antique rose pattern with a few faces inside of the rose buds. Then we did a bunting panel also, and we spell out Mad Masquerade. So that's always fun to have for Halloween party or any kind of celebration, just to have a bunting. And this is the Masquerade Watch Out, I call it, and it's the pocket watches inspired by the rabbit. And this is also trade cards, but in a line drawing. It's more of a line drawing and blender, and we have it in the 3 colors: black and white, and then gray and orange. It's a lot of great detail in the imagery. So we have these are some of the coordinates. We have checkmate, we have masquerade stripe, roaming numerals I call them, and Mad Masquerade hearts. We have Checkered Past, I call this SKU, and wavy words is some of the words depicted. And so on our projects, we have 3, and we have this really cute kit, and it is going to be Darling in that box. And just a little more about our Masquerade Madness quilt. I'm so proud to present by Janet Wecker and Kate Frisch. My daughter Kate actually did all of the applique work, cutting. She's a graphic artist, so she designed, she actually fused, cut, traced. I did the sewing, but she did a lot of work on this quilt, and so it's extra special to me that it's mother-daughter collaboration. And plus, we both just adore it. The center patch is our Catman dude. A lot of you have been asking, are we going to bring that back? Well, we did. We brought it back for this kit. So right now, you can only get him in that kit. And then another quilt is You're Invited. This has the invitation, and so that's kind of inspired the name. It has 5 of the 6 patches from the patch panel. And then, of course, Goodbye Feet patch, or Goodbye Feet is the name of this quilt, and it uses the main panel and just 3 borders. So here is our Alice dress. This was made by our friends at Aunt Henry, and they did a great job. They used the roaming numerals and the wavy words, and we were going for the main panel depiction. And I know you're going to want to see our Sydney as Alice in this dress. So again, be sure and check out our stories. Alice does plan to join market too.